What's up, you guys? Welcome to a special episode of Real Debates where we get to relive our favorite moments of Real Debates Season 1. I took each and every clip from each and every episode, put them together to have a really good time reliving why we love this show. So go ahead and take a look at our favorite moments of Real Debates Season 1.
I've chose X-Men Days of Future Past is my favorite X-Men movie, not including Deadpool, not including Logan. His first stupid remark was, "Hey, nobody saw Days of Future Past." I did a quick Google search. Days of Future Past made $746 million.
It was a joke.
First Class, shut up. First Class made $353 million. So,
congratulations, you played yourself.
So,
Ouch.
obviously, people saw this movie. Jerk off landed in.
By the way, Magneto is in jail. Nobody explains how he got there, and he's a superpower being. You mean to tell me humans put Magneto in jail, and the son that he doesn't know, he was in jail. He was in jail. He was locked up, and his son that he never met, just saves him. He was like, you know, my mom said I knew a guy that had metal bending powers. And he just like literally writes him off in this whole movie. By the way, the Sentinels in that particular movie, they were all made by metal. Why did they need to go back in time? All they had to do was free Magneto to beat the Sentinels because they were made by metal.
A very, very close match. I'm giving it to Ian by just a margin. I think you both did a fantastic job, but
Get the fuck out of here.
And now the winner is Alex. Both of you did a really, really good job.
Today we are arguing The Dark Knight versus Logan. And before we start, Alex, do you want to denounce the Joker real quick before we start? I don't know why I thought about that. But yes, Alex is going to be going against The Dark Knight. And Alex is going to be for The Dark Knight. And Jeremy is going to be going for Logan. Both top seller movies, man. You know, DC and Marvel universes. Not even just great comic book movies, but just great movies in general, man. Are you guys ready for this?
What do you want me to call the Joker? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to call this?
Let me tweet real quick. Alex will not denounce the Joker. What a jerk.
What do you want me to call him? Just stand by, Joker. Stand by.
So, Alex, well fought. Well fought. And off the record, how did it make you feel as a black man?
That motherfucker is annoying.
And you're fired.
All right. Little joke, man. If you watch this show, man, he's always got to bring it there. We'll talk about Bug's Life or something. And as a black man, as they got through the fields,
I declare TKO. I win this round. I win this whole debate.
All right.
that moment where he dies, he tells his daughter, "You don't have to fight anymore."
You don't have to fight anymore.
What memorable moment do you have in Dark Knight that's that touching in that moment? You don't have that at all. What? Rachel dies, so he cries over it, and then and then the credits start. Like, really? Like, man, you didn't love her. You didn't give a damn about her. You saved Harvey. So yes, there is some inconsistencies about the Dark Knight that I don't feel like they're that memorable in comparison to the Logan.
Alex has made some fantastic points about what makes Logan a good movie. I mean, it's a reminder to me about all of the awesome scenes that are in this movie. There was a point that was brought up about memorable scenes in the Batman Dark Knight. Let's talk about the magic trick. Let's
Pencil disappear.
talk about all the quotable lines and all the memes that have come out of it. Let's talk about the Bat Cycle scene where Joker's standing in the middle of the road with the shotgun. Let's talk about the hospital scene where he blows it up. Let's talk about the scene where he speaks with Harvey Dent / Two-Face. This isn't a movie, and this is true of all Christopher Nolan movies, that is so much about the emotional pathos.
For that old guard reference, I'm going to have to say, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Talking good about it, too, bro.
I think I actually am gonna have to give this one to Alex. I think Alex. I think Alex's his second argument just took everybody out. He just left.
So Ian, with the cigarette in his hand, how are you doing today? I'm kidding, guys.
I smoke crack over here. What are you talking about?
This cigar weed.
Well, it looking like a cigarette.
You better have glaucoma.
I do.
You mentioned Cameron Diaz was great in that movie. She was at her best. It was a great, first time seeing her. What is Cameron Diaz doing now? Not a damn thing. I don't give a shit about Cameron Diaz. She's an old mom now. Renee Zellweger, and like you said, Anthony Anderson is at the top of his game right now. This movie, just started off great careers, and they're still going. They're still going. And as a black man, Anthony Anderson doing great in life just makes me happy.
What's the matter, honey? Little extra cheese on the taco?
Some really good points, especially Jim Carrey raising 3 black kids. I forgot about that in that whole movie.
Now, to a point, as a black man, that's got to make you laugh. Having this white man raise these black kids.
Okay, I am not adding any additional weight to that statement right there, but he is right. That is funny to watch. But I will not add that in consideration of everything that he has said. But
The Mask doesn't have to be a better movie. It doesn't have to have better scenes. It just has to have a better character, because ultimately, at the end of the day, we're talking about who the better character is. Stanley Ipkiss or some dude named Frank, who Ian kept talking about last round. His name is Hank, dude. His name is Hank. Get your character's name right.
Wrong answer. And the name's Hank, fuckface.
The thing is, I agree with a lot of what Ian is saying. I 100% do. He is.
you guys fought.
Wow.
You guys.
Give him a fucking point for that. That was hilarious. I fucked the name up. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I still stand by all my points, but man, he hit me with that. I can't argue.
But by the way, let's go to the tape and watch Ian fuck up this name.
Fucking Frank does in this movie. If we had the balls to do some of the stuff that Frank did, it would be amazing.
Okay, now that you guys have seen that, now listen. This was an amazing match, and repping Lovecraft Country is no other than Reggie from the Silver Site, also known in Bad Boys 2. That Reggie as well.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Mr. Bennett. I'm Reggie.
How are you doing today, Reggie?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to destroying my competition. Set design, the costume, everything they do serves a purpose. This show was literally crafted to near perfection, and is definitely the type of show that will be remembered for substance and not simplistic shock value and quirky one-liners, unlike a certain show that rhymes with the toys. I yield my time.
Oh,
Yo, that
40
was
seconds to
beautiful.
spare.
Holy crap, dude. Coming with the heat.
Oh my goodness. Did you guys? Oh, wow. Oh, man, that was a powerful first round.
That was fantastic.
When you try to compare Lovecraft Country to The Boys, it's like comparing caviar to fish sticks.
Oh,
it's like it's one of those things where it's about quality versus quantity. Would you rather have a bunch of average episodes, or would you rather be blown away for, every single episode one season? Let's just be honest here. I get the fact that I understand what The Boys is trying to do. I get it. They're appealing to a lower humor base. I understand that, and I respect it, because you got to get your views how you get your views. But when you look at the intellect that is developed within Lovecraft Country, it's incomparable to The Boys. It's like literally comparing a PlayStation 5 to a PlayStation 1.
No, come on. No.
I yield the rest of my time.
Those side detours do not help the narrative thrust. They do not push the story forward. They kill tension, and it takes you out of the narrative that needs to be driving ahead. And they could totally flub the finale. That's the thing, is we haven't seen what they're going to do at the end, but we've already seen The Boys crush it twice. They've had 2 perfect season finales, and I think that there's something to be said about that. Dude, let's talk about villains. I've got Homelander and Stormfront, and you've got Christina?
Golly gee shucks, what makes you think I would give 2 fucks about that?
Is that the bad guy that we're going with?
Oh!
Come on, now, I know white girls are scary, but they're not as scary as a freaking uber Nazi Stormfront. That chick is evil. It was so great watching her get her ass kicked.
Lovecraft Country is superior to The Boys in every single way. Don't get me wrong. If you want to turn your brain off and have a good time, it's a great show. If you enjoy surface level one-liners with serious storylines with great value Marvel comedic undertones, then I say go for it. Enjoy The Boys. If you're the type of person to eat a well-done steak with ketchup, hey, go for The Boys. If you want an experience, you need to watch Lovecraft Country. Comparing the Lovecraft Country to The Boys is like comparing Nas to Nick Cannon. You if you want surface level one-liners with some shock and gore, then yeah. And if you're a simple caveman and you can understand it, yeah, go for The Boys.
What really lost me, bro, and I'm going to be honest, is once you bring in multiverse and time travel, the stakes go out the window. Like when somebody dies on The Boys, you feel it because you know they're gone. You and I both know, Reggie, that George is coming back at the end. We've already seen time travel. They're undoing stuff that happened. The things that gave us the biggest emotional response can be undone at any time. And even if they're not, even in this reality, if everything goes wrong, there's still another version of reality where everything went right. So who really gives a shit, right? Like, in this infinite universe of infinite possibilities, writers can do anything they want to, and I don't think that's necessarily as clever as it is a get-out-of-jail-free card for screenwriters that don't know where to go once they've taken you from one side of the cosmos to the other and been everything from a science fiction to a horror movie.
John Wick doesn't need to perform incredible stunts. He doesn't need to hang on to a plane. He doesn't need to hang on to the side of a building. Wow, Ethan Hunt's really great at hanging on to things. No, he doesn't. He needs to walk into a room and obliterate a group of guys. That's all we need to see to understand the spectacle that is John Wick. He can ride a horse and land a headshot. He can ride a motorcycle and win a sword fight.
Over the course of 6 movies, Cruise has pulled off some of the most insane stunts, including rappelling into Langley, free climbing off of cliffs, dangling off the sides of the Burj Khalifa, the underwater scene in Rogue Nation, the helicopter scene in Fallout, the Halo jump, and even the train sequence in the original. All of these set pieces are huge, and all of them are landmarks in the world of film. John Wick is mad because some Russian gangsters killed his dog. If any of these people take him out, life goes on for everybody outside of the franchise. The only person who has any stakes invested in this is John Wick.
Damn! I'm not even going to talk about what would happen if John Wick had to fight Ethan Hunt. It would seriously be like putting a Power Ranger against a Teletubby. One makes a Megazord, the other makes custard. Sure, Ethan Hunt is like a hero who saved the world from terrorists. Everything he does is a life or death situation for the fate of the world. But you know who also saved the world? Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Like, seriously, like, the only difference there is when I laugh at Austin Powers, it's because it's funny, not because when he runs, he looks stupid.
First of all, Caleb, your title's too long, bro.
Wow!
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein? Come on, dude, that's a mouthful. Nobody trying to say all that.
Fuck culture. Give me some good shit, man. People complain about these fucked up tickets.
That's the word. No, I don't want to sit here and crap on Abbott and Costello because it's not a bad movie. That's not what I want to do. It's a classic. It absolutely is. It's just not as good of a Halloween movie as Trick or Treat.
Well, I'm going to answer your actual question. You asked why was your main character. That's the antagonist, not the protagonist of the film. Sam is. So he is not the main character of this film. In fact, you don't really have one. So I think that automatically disqualifies you because you don't even have the character.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
So my character, at least, there are 2 main characters. There's Abbott and Costello. They are bumbling idiots through most of this, but because of all their dumb MacGuffins, they end up getting by all of this.
Back, please. Let me just say this. I will accept your answer, Jeremy. Even though that response was funny, I will accept your answer. But Caleb still argued that a little bit better. Good job. Winner today is Caleb.
Hey, fuck this. Fuck this.
You gotta admit,
well done.
You gotta
That was
admit that
really
was a
good.
very good last round right there. What he
No,
said.
100%.
That was a great sudden.
And I don't even like this movie. It sucks.
That being said, if you guys are going to watch Abbott and Costello, do not watch this. This is probably my least favorite Abbott and Costello film. I picked it because I wanted to make Jeremy watch it because he made me watch a movie that I didn't like.
And we have our reoccurring winner, Reggie from the Silver Site, and also known from Bad Boys 2, back on the show.
Nigga, who that is, dog?
Reggie!
Who the fuck is Reggie?
How are you doing today, Reggie?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm here, ready to debate these, I guess, for lack of a better word, movies.
That's a good way to put it. And we have our returning loser, Ian Elkin Carter.
You are a loser.
I've won before. Remember when I beat Jeremy? Motherfucker. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because I'm winning today. That's all that matters. All right.
It's good to have dreams.
And by the way, that's your 2 minutes.
Hey, Alex, for the record, my girl's named Mary Jane, not Gwen Stacy. By the way, go ahead.
I was referring to my.
Well, you have to rewind that tape. I think he said Gwen Stacy on mine. But go ahead.
We'll go back.
Rewind that.
Run it back. Gwen Stacy didn't work for me. I felt like she gave me, like the administrative assistant of a dystopian overlord vibe. The thing her costume it wasn't there.
I would like to point out though, Gwen Stacy is in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I am so loving this.
Oh, me too.
There is a Gwen
That's
Stacy.
a theory. That's a theory. It's not. It's.
Really say she was there.
But
no, you're right. You're right. But okay.
And I understand where you're coming from, where my movie does have some flaws, but where my movie shines is the villains. Jamie Foxx as Electro was a better villain.
Oh, you crazy.
I am. Sorry,
Excuse me.
need some water.
Jamie Foxx as a villain was
Oh
way
yeah, he was
better,
great.
way better than the Sandman. Way better than Sandman. Sandman was one-dimensional and flat. The kid had a freaking locket in her pocket. Who the hell carries a locket in their pocket? And then when he went through the damn whatever vaporizer, what the hell is that lock made out of?
Good thing I wanted to mention. You said that ours had too many villains. I agree with that. Yours literally tried to introduce the Sinister Six like freaking Batman vs Superman on a freaking thumb drive, trying to introduce all the new superheroes. What was that all about? We're over here trying to do another story, and this guy walks by all the Sinister Six stuff. Who the hell are the Sinister Six? We don't know. They haven't introduced us to none of them. Jamie Foxx is Electro's a better one than Sandman? Are you getting the fuck out of here? Damn! That was literally Jamie Foxx doing an impression of the Riddler. It was ridiculous. And his motives, oh, everybody hates me, and Spider-Man used to be my friend, and now he's against me. Oh, grow up, man.
You set me up.
No, I didn't set you up.
You lied to me.
Yeah, go get some friends. Go get a girlfriend. This guy.
And we have our amazing moderator, Jeremy from Movies Are Terrible. Jeremy, how are you doing today?
Man, all is right in the world. I'm back in the position of judging a couple of black men, so this is as it should be.
Kiss my ass, brotherfucker.
Dude, you are the funniest comedian on the planet right now. That was a good joke. All is well in the world. Hilarious.
Well, okay, so this movie is about a Joker is essentially about a mentally ill man who's being kicked around by essentially kids. You see him get beat up on a train.
Stay down, freak.
You see him get beat up while he's standing on a curb.
Come on. Beat his ass up.
I mean, ultimately, he loses his shit and he thinks that he's in a relationship with Zazie Beetz. This movie, although tells... By the way, how can you imagine having sex with Zazie Beetz and not remember the fact that, not even realize the fact that you didn't have sex with anyone?
If I had
Damn,
sex with
very
Zazie
relatable.
Beetz, I mean, if I had sex with Zazie Beetz, you know, I wouldn't just show up at her apartment and be like, "What's up?" and she didn't know who I am. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. What are you doing in here?
You know, so that kind of fucked with everyone, and also
we're all men with relationships. Some of us are married, some of us are in heavy relationships. So I'm not going to say that we think about having sex with other girls, because that would be wrong.
Man, let me tell you something, Roland. Black people don't want to see that shit.
But people in the comments, please let me know if you think about that all the time, if that's relatable to the Joker. I would love to hear your comments on it.
By the way, your character is more concerned about people hurting his feelings. My character took down a whole army by herself. She didn't need anybody. She didn't need no damn help.
Darth Vader's scene in that movie, one of the best Star Wars moments of all time. But without that movie, man, is it really rewatchable? I think a lot of us, when we rewatch that, are waiting for that scene. I don't even remember all those characters' names. I remember Jyn Erso, and that's about it. They're very forgettable characters. Maybe it's designed that way because, like I said, it feels like the Suicide Squad. Like, hey, don't get attached to these characters because you'll never see them again.
I started mine off with a quote, and I spent a lot of time on this. I started mine out with a quote with Nietzsche. I couldn't really find one that spoke exactly to The Force Awakens, so I came up with my own. It goes, remember TIE fighters and lightsabers and space Nazis? Poo, poo, poo. Remember Death Stars? This one's bigger, man. Like, it is the exact same movie.
Try sitting in this thing.
And you misunderstand my point about Rogue One. It's not a story about the space Nazis. That's every other Star Wars movie, including The Force Awakens, when you look at the big Hitler speech. No, this is about rebels doing questionable shit.
Ooh. Off the record, who is Finn? I noticed you breezed by that one.
Lando Calrissian, the only black person in the
universe. That's racist.
What the hell did you just say?
You know what? I'm not adding any extra weight to either of those statements from Jeremy or Ian, but I have to say Jeremy came with some fire.
The Force as a religion through Donnie Yin's character. Oh, and speaking of Donnie Yin, he actually gets to do martial arts in it, unlike those dudes from the Raid that show up in The Force Awakens that just get eaten by Rathars randomly.
Is your foot all right?
So, I mean, where do I even go from there? I yield my time. Rogue One is a 10 times better movie. Thank you, I'm out.
Oh, wow. With 2 seconds to spare.
I'm going to start with a personal opinion. There's 3 of the worst things in Star Wars history. 1, everybody can agree on, is probably Jar Jar Binks.
Mr. Stay. Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. your humble servant.
That one, baby.
2, a lot of the stuff that came out of Rise of Skywalker, that doesn't make any sense. Number 3 is his badass CGI as Tarkin. What the fuck was that all about?
We've heard word of rumors circulating through the city.
Oh, that's true.
Did you guys see that? They should have just did a mirror reflection or not even had him in the movie. Like this, that was probably the worst CGI I've ever seen. And honestly, the CGI in Force Awakens was better. And this movie came out after. There's no excuse for that video game looking face to be in this movie.
But we actually have a seasoned competitor. If you check out his YouTube channel, this man has an amazing following. If you check out all the things that he's done on social media, he's getting up there. And I didn't think I would have someone as big as this on the show, especially within the first season. I would like to introduce you guys to the new competitor, John Knight from Knight TFC. How are you doing today, Mr. John Knight?
Brother, that intro, I don't know. God, I'm going to live up to that. But no, man, thank you for having me. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Hopefully, I can come out of here with a W. We'll see. But, man, thank you. I'm very humble. Thank you for having me. I can't wait.
Awesome, awesome. And we have last week's winner, which was a controversial winning in itself, Mr. Ian Elliott Carter. Ian, how are you doing today?
Why didn't I get a stroking intro like that? Like, oh, it's just Ian over here, too. Yeah.
You're making me look bad, man.
I'm glad to be on. I'm glad to meet Mr. John Knight, man.
Instead, they let Thor chop off Thanos' head off without getting a clear explanation of how they could potentially get the Infinity Stones back. I stated earlier that they needed to use time travel. Like, what other comic book movie has not used the cop-out version of time travel to solve their problems? I mean, let's be clear. I think revisiting old times like Age of Ultron, the first Avengers.
What do you think? Maximum occupancy has been reached.
Take the steps.
Yeah. Stop.
Guardians of the Galaxy was a cop-out.
So, satisfying ending. So, a satisfying moment for 10 years worth of characters all getting wrapped up in a bow. Not to mention our main six. So, Tony, arc complete throughout 10 years. Arrogant, asshole, caring, sacrificing, whole nine. Cool. Cap finally got his dance. He finally lived his life that he thought he wanted to, but he finally got the life that he deserved. Cool. No wrap up there. You're right. Thor, Hulk is still gonna be within the universe, and She-Hulk and all that continued story. Thor has a continued story as well, which will continue beyond the universe. Black Widow dead. So everybody literally has a wrap up and is paving the way for the next future generation of Avengers. But no satisfying ending at all. You're absolutely right.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So 5-year plan, Thor in anger. Cop out. What are we copping out of again for Endgame? It was so much nonsense, I forgot. Destroyed stones. So with the stones destroyed and nobody else to do a damn thing about it.
So the fact that this movie had a lot of touching moments that made a lot of grown men cry, my response to that is, so what? Yes, Agent Coulson. Agent Coulson was the very first real death that we seen that was actually a little bit more touching, I feel, that because it really set up the Avengers. This is what made the Avengers the Avengers. Seeing him die in the line of duty is what put these characters together.
Thank you guys so much for watching this amazing recap of what happened in season 1. Guys, stay tuned for season 2. If you thought season 1 was really good, season 2 is going to be even better. We're going to step it up with different competitors, different graphics, and a whole lot of other cool things that we're adding to the show. And this show would not be possible without you guys. So we thank you so much for the community that we help build here at Momentum Media. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We get all the updates of every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. And guys, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. That way you get all the notifications of every time I'm releasing a video here on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching this amazing video. Stay tuned for season 2. And as always, you have a blessed day.